We all have goals. We all have aspirations to do things in life. Growing up as a little girl, I always said I wanted to be a singer. I always said I wanted to be a dancer. I always said I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I just always had dreams. But as you get older, those dreams tend to fade away. I'm going to tell a short version of my story to kind of give you an idea of what Educated Girls Rock is and what every girl looks forward to graduation means to me. But first, I want to engage you in a little something. I like to take 2 seconds for everyone to just close their eyes and think about something that you've done within the last day, the last month, the last year, the last 2 years that were something you've never done before, something that you've overcame your fears, or you just stepped out on faith and just did something different. So let's take a moment. Okay, let's do a moment. So how many people can raise their hands and say that they've done something different? They stepped out on faith. And it's not everybody. And that amazes me because we're so scared to step out on faith and do something different. I was forced with a challenge where I lost my job in 2008. One of my coworkers is here from 2008. During that time, I had the option to get a severance package or an option to stay with the company and relocate to Lincoln, Nebraska, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and somewhere else I had never heard of. So I'm like, where's Lincoln, Nebraska? Where's Murfreesboro, Tennessee? I'm a city girl. I gotta be in the city. So I'm like, I'm not going to those places. So what am I going to do? So I applied for a position in Atlanta, Georgia. The day I applied for the position in Atlanta, Georgia, I told the ladies that interviewed me, I said, my last day is November the 8th. They're giving us severance packages, so I need to know something before that date so I can make a decision. Of course, at that particular time, they said, okay. Come November 8th that morning, which was a Friday, if I'm not mistaken, my severance package was in my account pending. And I had been working at Verizon Wireless for 10 years, so you all know that money was looking pretty good. So not only that, around noon, I got a call in Atlanta. From Atlanta, they said, we want to offer you the position. I was like, oh man. So that means I got to get that money back. That's in my account. So I went home and I prayed. At that time I was single, had 2 kids. They were 11 and 6. So their opinion really doesn't matter. They have no say-so in my decision of what I wanted to do. So of course I called my support system and I prayed and I talked to God and I just, what am I going to do? This is all I know is Verizon. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then they told me, well, you have 2 weeks to relocate. So that was the first step that I made to step out on faith. I relocated to Georgia, in Atlanta. 3 years later, we all in the room again. I'm telling everybody, they about to close this city. They're like, no, they know that. I said, I've been here before. They closed in St. Louis. They're about to do it again. They're like, no. I say, listen, yes, they are. So we go on this meeting. They want to start with the positive stuff first. Oh, we really appreciate you and blah, blah, blah. So at that time, here we go again. Your last day is June 1st, 2012. This time I had been there 13 and a half years. So the severance package was a little bit more. And at that time, I knew it was my time to depart from Verizon Wireless. I knew at that particular time, I wanted to start living out some of those dreams and some of those goals and some of those aspirations that I always wanted to do. When they told us we were leaving, I couldn't focus and do work at Verizon. So I had a vision. I had a vision on Microsoft Word. I had a vision I wanted to start Educated Girls Rock. I didn't know where it was going to go, what I was going to do with it. I just started typing, Summerville Educated Girls Rock. So that's how Educated Girls Rock became available. And it is a story behind it. The main story is, out of my entire family, my mother, my father, my sister, my brother, my auntie, my uncle, my grandmother, my grandfather, my greats, nobody in my family has ever graduated from high school. I broke a cycle. I was the first person to graduate. I was also pregnant in high school. and I was able to walk across that stage. So I stand here before you because I'm getting the time too. I stand here before you to just let you know that God can use you, whether it's 20 minutes, 20 days, 20 months, or 20 years. Because at the time when I was 18 years old, pregnant in high school, had a praying grandmother, didn't know if I was going to graduate. I'm standing before you right now, and look what God did 20 years later, that I'm able to tell this story. But because of that story, I was able to start Educated Girls Rock. So I just want to say, never give up on your dreams, never give up on your goals, never give up on your aspirations, and if I can do it, anybody else can do it. It's not hard. You just have to believe.